welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Neon Popsicle.
Popsicle.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight to this very important episode of Neon Popsicle. If you guys don't already know, this is a show where we like to open the mind, free the spirit, and understand that we as humans truly know nothing. I'm your host, Jason P. With me, as always, my co-host to the right of me, Stephen P.
Heyo, here I am.
All right.
Thank you for the intro. No intro needed.
So, if you guys, a long time ago, I'm just gonna jump right into it. When I used to live at your place, me and Steven used to live together, guys. You know, when I was there, one of your old friends, can we dox him? Ben?
Yeah, sure.
He said, before he left,
toxic, but yeah.
right, before he left, a curious, interesting dude, very strange, autistic.
Put me onto a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Put me onto a lot of interesting knowledge.
Before he left, he told me, he's like, you should check out this website called sacred.texts.com. And I was like, okay. I looked it up, and it has, like, all sacred texts. I don't know about all, but, like, a bunch of religions, alphabetical order. There's got to be missing some, but, like, ancient religious texts and shit. And I was, like, scrolling down the list from A to Z. At the bottom of the list, I saw a religion labeled Zoroastrianism. And I was like, what the fuck? If that's not...
It sounds like a sci-fi almost.
Yeah. If that's not the coolest sounding religion, then I don't know what is. Zoroastrianism. I thought, why not, take a look at it? I open it, I start reading some text, and one of the first stories talks about the ultimate force of light and good and truth being Ahura Mazda, and he is the creator god of this world. But there's also a dark, murderous, false, lying side, deceitful, and that is Angrimanyu. So it has like the good and evil battle, and it's also one of the first monotheistic religions. Before that, it was like Hinduism,
interesting,
and like hundreds of different gods for different things.
Right, like the Greek gods, the Roman gods, the Norse gods.
Right.
Interesting.
The first monotheistic religion was Zoroastrianism. And I mean, there's so much to get into. Basically,
Zoroastrianism. Wow.
Yeah, it was created by someone named Zarathustra. And when he was enlightened by Ahura Mazda, he adopted the name Zoroaster.
So kind of like the apostles when they get baptized or when they get a different name.
Right? They're like born again. They're rebirthed. Named by God. God names them and shit. He does. He gives them a name. God meets Peter. No, he meets Simon. So God asks him, "What's your name?" And he says, "I'm Simon." I don't know the exact quote from the Bible, but he tells Jesus his name's Simon, and then Jesus says, "I'm going to call you Peter." I like Peter better. My name is Simon. Peter. No.
Why even ask the man's name?
Peter, right?
Why not just say, "My child, I will call you Peter"?
I wonder if
just
he asked
his name just to like, "What's your name?" No, it's not. It's Peter. Dude, everyone's like, "Oh, whoa, he can do that." The guy can do anything he wants. The guy can heal the blind.
Welcome to heaven,
Oh!
Peter. Only through me, Peter. Only through me.
Everyone's like, dude, kissing his feet.
His
Dang.
sandals and shit. His moccasins.
Did God, excuse me, Jesus
Please.
make his own sandals because he was a carpenter? Did he make his own? And do you think he
got
had
them
like
for free,
the
so-
Nikes of the wooden slippers back then because he had the hand of God?
Yeah.
He could make the perfect wood slipper,
He.
and everybody wanted them in the kingdom, and
Wow,
he
you
sold
think
them
he
for
made-
exuberant prices.
Is carpentry the same as like woodsmanship? Right?
Yeah,
Like
the
if
carpentry
you're a
is
carpenter, you can
woodsmanship.
make a slipper. Or a
A
flip-flop,
wooden slipper,
right?
as long as it's wood. Yeah, yeah. Carpenters are wood and masons are stone.
Yeah, he probably did have like the hottest line of like carpenter. He had those Jeezys.
The Jeezys,
Came out with the
dude. They were looking
Jeezys.
at his feet. They were like, damn, look at those sandals, bro. You see Jesus' Jeezys on? They're like, bro. Then he started talking crazy about like the Jews and Hitler, and people stopped buying him. But
Who?
Jesus, I thought. Oh wait,
No, that's
sorry,
Jesus.
I mixed them up. I mixed them up.
You know, Connie would like me
Sorry.
to believe that he is the modern day Jesus. He
That would have
love
made
you
him
to
happy.
believe
That would have made him very happy to know I just did that.
Maybe if we keep it up, he'll come on the show.
So, I want to
Yes.
I want to ask a question now. I know we've covered Zoroastrianism, so not to act like I'm completely dumbfounded or like haven't heard before, but I am interested and excited to go a little deeper into it with some examples to watch with our audience here as well. But I'm curious, does it have to do anything with astrology, astronomy, stars at all, or is it just because the guy's name?
I think so. I think astrology. I think the word astrology may very well come from where Zoroaster got his name.
Stop.
I swear, because what are the
Do we need to look up the root of the word etymology and find out where that comes from?
etymology?
Yeah, you know, roots of words.
Oh yeah. Let's do it. Zoroaster,
So-
because they did shit with the stars, bro. I swear it has something to do with their link to the stars. Because the
All right,
stars
so-
are
Please continue.
Orbs.
Please continue. So the
That
name
approached him.
Zoroastrianism had to do with the obsession of the stars, or his name
Maybe.
too, or both.
I think they are both linked to whatever the stars are. Zoroaster's name comes from whatever the stars are, and astral comes from whatever the stars are. Astral, is it spiritual?
I hear
don't
you.
know.
Okay. So just in case any of our listeners have ADD like I do and maybe lost track, there's a religion, one of the first ever documented monotheistic religions, which we think nowadays Christianity is the only one. It's the all-knowing. It's the only one that I've ever known of
They got-
before you brought up Zoroastrianism.
Right.
So
Christianity and Judaism, which are like the two biggest monotheistic religions now, take a lot from Zoroastrianism. A lot of the teachings are the
beautiful,
same.
interesting.
And just not
Now,
to
when you say
say
a lot, do you mean like the messaging or the symbols? I'm sorry to cut you off.
the messaging.
Because
Possibly symbols too. Probably both. Symbols are so powerful within religion. They probably share. They're very based off of Zoroastrianism, and that's not to say, oh, because Zoroastrianism came first, that Christianity or Judaism isn't real. That's fake. They're just both talking about the same thing. They're all true. Judaism, Christianity, Zoroastrianism. At the core, they're all true, with little variations here and there. But Zoroaster, he was
Whoa. Okay, so all right, so I looked into it a little bit.
Thank
So
you.
it's not Zoroastrianism, anything like that. It's Zoroaster.
Astria. Oh, Zoroaster.
Zarathustra. So the name Zoroaster is a Greek rendering of the Avestan name Zarathustra.
Ah.
It's the same name, just different culturally called. He is known as, let me put up so you can see it together with me.
Oh yeah.
So you can see the pronunciation here. So he is known as Zartasht and Zardasht in Persian, and Zaratasht in Gujarati. These are that part of the world language.
No matter
What part of the world you ask? The Persian, whatever. The Zoroastrian name of the religion is Zoroastrian, as if it was like a language. But the Zoroastrian name of the religion is Mazda Yasna, which combines Mazda with the Avestan word Yasna, meaning worship or devotion. So they're worshiping Mazda. Mazda worship.
Right. God worship, Jesus worship. Mazda
Does
worship.
Zoroastrian support LGBTQ? Wow.
Mazda dealership.
Who cares? Wonder why that would even be brought up. Okay, so
There's a lot of gay people nowadays. I don't know.
they just got Zoroastrianism though. You're gonna practice that?
Freddie Mercury was a
Like
Zoroastrianist.
there's practicing Zoroastrianism today.
Freddie Mercury was one. It is practiced today.
Huh. Do they call it something else?
No. Zoroastrianism.
Well, I have a video here we can watch and dive in a little bit more, unless you wanted to preface it with something else.
Yeah,
I'd love for you to dive in yourself. I'd love for you to.
I hope that
if you
the
had any
video
more
brings
info.
this up so we can dive into it there. But he was visited by orbs in the sky that came down and told him of the one true God. Gave him a vision.
Interesting.
So hopefully you mentioned that. We can go into that maybe a little bit. But I'm done to watch this video here.
Okay, here we go.
It's on YouTube, right? I'll make it small.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Tab for a Cause. Earn money for charities of your choice every time you open a new tab without cost.
Should I speed it up a bit?
By downloading the browser
yeah,
extension linked in the description below. What do Emperor Xerxes, Freddie Mercury, and Ireland's richest citizen, Blondie Mystery, have in common? All of them are Zoroastrians, the ancient religion
Some people speak slower. This guy talks pretty fast.
of Iran. This is one of the oldest.
Okay, so he just said.
Have in common. All of them are Zoroastrians, the ancient.
So Xerxes from, like the Greek god Xerxes was a Zoroastrianism.
Wow.
And who else?
And Ireland's richest citizen, Blondie Mystery, have in common.
know.
All of them are Zoroastrians, the ancient religion of Iran. This is one of the oldest ongoing religions and altered the course of human history by influencing Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Greek philosophy. But
Just like you said, Judaism takes a lot of its tenets from Zoroastrianism. But it's not talked about. Why? Why wouldn't they say in the churches, by the way, Zoroastrianism was a thing where we got a lot of this information from. Why would they just try to pretend that they are the one and all, the one and only? It kind of sucks.
Been conquered. They've been conquered. Like we've been shove-fed Christianity.
Oh, sure.
And you're not allowed to even think about anything. We've been conquered by Christianity.
Makes sense. We didn't do the goddamn Crusades for nothing. You're only talking about us now. Deal with it.
today it only has a fraction of the millions of followers it once had. So what is Zoroastrianism? What do Zoroastrians believe? And where do otters fit into all of this? Well, let's find out.
Otters or others? Otters.
Otters.
Let's go.
Zoroastrianism was born in
I love those intros.
ancient Iran at least 3,500 years ago. It
3,500-year-old religion.
30,000.
1500 BC. So that falls. Okay.
all began around 1500 BCE, give or take a few centuries, with the prophet Zarathustra, or Zoroaster, as the ancient Greeks called him, and so English speakers do too. While we call the religion Zoroastrianism, actual Zoroastrians tend to call it Mazdayazna, meaning worshipper of Mazda. No, not that Mazda, but it actually was named after the Mazda that I'm going to explain shortly. Zoroastrianism was the chief religion of Iran for around 1,000 years. Between the 6th century BCE and the 10th century CE, it was the state religion of three huge Iranian empires. The Achaemenid Empire of 300 fame, along with the Parthian and Sasanian empires. Back then,
That's pretty crazy that it was so big, but you never hear about it.
It existed.
Why has it been shoved away?
It's shoved away within our own religion. You know, the three wise men who found Jesus in the stable were Zoroastrian sages.
What?
Yeah, we never hear about that, though. Who are these wise men? They're Zoroastrian sages who were told a message to follow a star in the sky.
That led to Jesus?
That led to Jesus. The orbs gave them messages to follow the star in the sky to follow Jesus.
Oh, it's like the precursor to Christianity as we know it.
It's the prequel, yeah, the
were
prequel.
Whoa.
Magi. The ancient Greeks thought these magi had secret magical knowledge since they understood complex astronomy. This led to the English words magic, mage, and magician. The magi would even show up in the Bible. According to the Gospel of Matthew, 3 Zoroastrian magi came to visit the baby Jesus. These 3 wise men, as they are known in English, are still celebrated by Christians around the world on January 6th. Eventually,
That's exactly what you said.
So they had... These sages were known to have, like, knowledge of the universe, like the astral shit and like the planets and stuff. How?
Yeah, more knowledge than the common man, right? Of the planets, the
Were they just
rotation. Yeah.
told? Like, where did that come from? Where did that information?
How?
The 3 wise men,
Right.
bro. Fuck.
And planets move. They don't move rapidly either. It takes like years and years and tens, hundreds of years for processions of planets
Ah, yes.
to be noticed and repeated. So they had to have been given that information from either past times of old or injected the information from another source. And either of those two are still equally as mind-blowing. Because how did they of old know about this stuff to pass down?
Bro, I need to watch... You know how Hollywood's making all these prequels to movies and stuff? Like, there'll be Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, it's
and
just to
they'll
keep you trapped, bro. But
And
yeah,
they'll have Scoob. And it'll be like Scoob's story before the fucking gang or some shit.
yeah. Before he got clean.
Yeah, we need a prequel of the 3 wise men. I wanted to see a movie about who the 3 wise men were.
Well, as kids,
As adults, like before their journey to Jesus, how did they get their knowledge? How did they know about the universe?
Sure.
Were they homies before? Were they put together on a mission by a priest? Like a ragtag group of ne'er-do-wells? Or were they like homies who grew up and were like, we should start a podcast?
Dude. Most of the best, if not all of the best things in history are always done by ragtag groups.
Wow. You're right. It's more
Those
hashtag ragtag.
ragtag groups, dude. Hashtag ragtag. Wow. I'm gonna put that on a shirt.
We should.
It's always the ragtag teams, dude. Look at Final Fantasy VII. Ragtag.
Mm-hmm.
Rico's Roughnecks. Ragtag.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Starship Troopers poster in my garage. It's signed.
Okay. I want to say so much more that I know about it, but
Yeah,
I want to
everything you
watch
say
this
keeps getting
video,
covered.
right? I want to see what this video says.
Yeah, let's
I'll
dive
just
in.
pause it. I'll pause it whenever I notice.
Love it.
the Sasanian Empire would fall to the Muslim Arabs during their invasion of Iran in the
So I'm gonna back up just a tad, just to kind of give us a little more.
The Magi would even show up in the Bible. According to the Gospel of Matthew, 3 Zoroastrian Magi came to visit the baby Jesus. These 3 wise men, as they are known in English, are still celebrated by Christians around the world on January 6th. Eventually, the Sasanian Empire would fall to the Muslim Arabs during their invasion of Iran in the 7th century CE, which started the decline and persecution of Zoroastrians in Iran. Following this, in the 10th century, some Iranian Zoroastrians fled to India, forming a Parsi community, named after where they came from, which the Indians called Persia. This once refugee community now forms the largest group of Zoroastrians anywhere on earth, and they've settled in quite well. One of India's largest businesses, Tata Group, was founded by Zoroastrians, and Parsis played a massive role in winning Indian independence from Britain. Zoroastrians can now be found all over the world. Historically, they've emigrated to areas such as Singapore, Hong Kong, and parts of Africa, such as the island of Zanzibar.
What does Zoroastrianism do for you? What are the tenets of the religion? Do you think they'll? I guess they're going to explain it. That's what it's
what
called.
is it? What is a
Let's
tenet?
just continue here.
I'd like to answer that.
Tenet,
he'll say the same
kind
thing.
of like the commandments, I guess. The commandments of.
It is good thoughts, good deeds, and good actions. Or good actions, good thoughts, and good words. Like, be fucking good. Only think good.
Just be
only
good.
do good.
Be well.
And only speak good. And
And
if
and how
everyone,
do we define? How do we derive our understanding of good from Zoroastrianism? Like, how do we know what's right and wrong? We just feel it in our hearts.
Okay, I think there's a way we can look into that. I don't have that answer. That's a good one. It's a good question. Like we have don't murder, don't steal, don't lust after your neighbor's wife or whatever.
Right.
I don't know theirs.
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll say it. Maybe if he doesn't say it, we can look it up too.
Yeah.
To areas such as Singapore, Hong Kong, and parts of Africa, such as the island of Zanzibar, where Freddie Mercury's Parsi parents would later emigrate from to the UK. In the
Oh, I
last 100
see.
years, small
So he was exposed to the knowledge from his parents, probably his grandparents.
Yeah.
Zoroastrian populations have moved to the UK, US, Australia, and Canada. Today, there are about 200,000 Zoroastrians left. About 60,000 live in India, while the second largest group of about 25,000 lives in Iran. With
Not a
their
lot.
religion being called Zoroastrianism, I think maybe it's about time we spoke about Zoroaster. We don't know much about Zoroaster's life. We can't even pinpoint when he lived. The Greeks thought he lived 6,000 years before the death of Plato, so around 6,347 BCE-ish, while
Before the death of Plato? I mean, that's an odd way to put that timing,
Right.
but that's a big window. But I hear you. Okay.
Right.
modern historians place him somewhere around 1700 to 1000 BCE. During this time, the peoples of Iran believed in many different gods, some of which were similar to the gods of their ancient Hindu neighbors. What we do know is that Zoroaster was the priest of the pre-Zoroastrian religion of Iran, and that he was outraged by his society. Roving bands of drunken warriors would ravage the countryside. They pillaged, tortured, and slaughtered at will. The common people lived in constant fear and misery, while priests obsessed over obscure rituals and sacrifices that offered little guidance or hope to the suffering. Zoroaster couldn't stand this injustice. So, when he was 30 years old, Zoroaster went down to a river to fetch water for a ceremony. There he received a vision from a being of pure light and...
And I think Jesus was enlightened at 33.
By pure being of pure light, enlightened him.
A vision from a being of pure light. Yep, there it is. Ahura Mazda. Kind of looks like Hermes Trismegistus, if you ask me.
Yep, Hermes is
goodness,
huge.
Ahura
Hermes is
Mazda,
Jesus.
who revealed that they were the one true God. The truth of how the universe worked was revealed to Zoroaster, and he knew that it was now his divine mission to spread this truth to his fellow humans. So, what are the core beliefs of Zoroastrianism? Well, 1. Ahura Mazda and Angra Mainyu. Zoroastrians worship one uncreated, eternal god known as Ahura Mazda, which means wise lord. Zoroaster describes Ahura Mazda as the lord of order, something completely good, loving, infinitely wise, and the creator of the world and all.
So wise lord. So you're telling me Mazda means lord.
Yeah.
The car company Mazda means straight up lord. God.
It is God.
And you're they you can't say it's like a random name either, dude. People know things that they don't want to let everybody else know. And if you say this, have you heard of Zoroastrianism to somebody walking on the street? They'd go, the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
What kind of movie is that? Most people would probably go, what are you talking about? Of course, there's
Is that on
200,000
Netflix?
people on Earth out of 8 billion who would say, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm curious as to why it got wiped away. Either, I think when it comes to religions and
The Crusades,
information,
bro.
well, when it comes to information being wiped away, it's just like not liked or agreed upon in that society, or there's some information in there that will crumble the current system of things or the current way of doing things.
Bro,
There's information there that can kind of topple it or shake it and make it shaky.
The Bible for Zoroastrianism, or Astrianism, it is. God, I forgot my train of thought. What were you just saying?
I was saying that. So I started looking at this picture here. When things are wiped out, when information is taken away, it's either because the information itself just goes against.
It was
Like,
magic.
it's always because of that.
It's a very magical book, the Zena Vista. There's a lot of like we are of God. We come from God and goddesses. Like we have the power of God to just like we could do anything godlike if we truly like were in touch with ourselves, but through some cataclysm or some event, the humans were taken away and pulled away from their roots, and now we can't do it. They hid it, I think, because there is some truth in it that they don't want us to know. Like it is, the world is more magical.
So you're pointing at the more on the side of there's information in the book that could topple the system or make the system
that part
questionable. Interesting. I like
crazy
that
stuff in that book. There's a ring that someone has that they created the earth with, or God created the earth, and somebody had there was like a ring that they were given to touch onto the ground of the earth to expand the size of the earth so that more animals can live on it. And then once it got full of animals, they had to do it again, and then the ring was locked away so that no one can ever use it again or something like that. And then the same guy makes an ark.
Captain Planet type shit.
Kinda. Maybe that's why Captain Planet rings so true. Rings so true to us.
No pun intended.
All right, sorry. We can continue. I don't want to hold you up.
Interesting. No, please.
All good things. Ahura Mazda is supported by 6 holy immortals known as the Amesha Spentas. These 6 holy immortals are normally compared to archangels in Christianity, if that helps you kind of figure out what their position is.
So these are the guys who help Ahura Mazda do his shit.
Like Gabriel. Who's another archangel?
Michael. Yeah. Okay.
Enoch or some shit.
Sometimes there is a seventh Spenta
Enoch,
called Spenta Manu, but maybe he's also the Holy Spirit of Ahura Mazda. Sometimes Ahura Mazda also has a parent called Zurvan, who is time itself, but that's considered heresy at this point. Look, we don't have a lot of time to get into it. Honestly, it's a very old religion. There have been many different interpretations over the last 3,000 years. I'm really just simplifying and providing the most commonly accepted current beliefs. So
because if you guys like this, drop a 1 in the chat. We can
we can watch.
We can do an hour long. We can do an hour-long video on this and dive in even deeper, more professionally, not told by Eric Cartman over
by
here.
By the end of this video, I think you'll want to go more into it. I think you'll be down.
Absolutely. I'm already wanting to go more into it.
He has a pug on his shirt.
I know.
I have a pug.
And I have glasses. He is us. We are him.
I am the walrus.
Keep that in mind, and as always, there's more information in the description. Opponent of Ahura Mazda is Angra Manu, the destructive spirit,
Satan.
and his evil minions known as Devas. Angra Manu is the complete polar opposite of Ahura Mazda. He is darkness, deceit, death and decay. He is a corrupting parasite seeking to destroy
Deceit.
Ahura Mazda's creation and
We're
is
under so much
responsible
deceit
for
now.
all negative things in the
Angramanyu
world.
is in charge.
Ahura Mazda is light, and Gramanyu is darkness. Ahura
Right,
Mazda
balance.
is the
For now,
creator,
until
and
we're awakened.
Gramanyu, the destroyer. Ahura Mazda created light, fire, compact Japanese vehicles, joy, humanity, puppies probably. And Gramanyu gave the world disease, rust, mold, darkness, and that little piece of
Diarrhea.
Yeah.
skin that pops up around your fingernail that hurts so much. Why, Angramanyu? Why? Zoroastrians think everything is a battle between these two opposites. Ahura Mazda represents the truth, Angramanyu, the lie. For humans, life is a constant choice between the truth.
I mean, we say that a lot. That is the truth. That is the constant. That is the battle. So far, I'm a Zoroastrian.
Neon.
And the lie, which may be difficult because Angramanyu can be very deceiving. Before time began, Ahura Mazda and Angramanyu...
It's belief, personally, it's like belief in beings that I have a hard time with. Entities that I have a hard time, like, you have to believe in Angramanyu, which is this evil thing that, you know, looks like this. And
It's like the devil.
and there's like a god that looks like this, and it's all light, and it's like...
I really don't think they look
I don't
like
know.
anything.
It's
I think
hard
they
to
manifest
be...
as something visual, but I think they're just pure.
And I
good
understand that. I
individuals.
rationalize that as well. It's a manifestation. They're coming culturally, you know, to a person in certain ways based on their culture and the
Some
where they
stories
are. And,
explain them that way just to get a point across.
yeah, you know, right. So it's like I have a hard time believing in these entities and these other like 7 god things that help him, and like these angels with the wheel and the eyes and the...
It's just like
It's
believing
hard
God
for
and
me
the
to-
devil. And his
doubting the
angels.
devil.
It's just like the same as like, I mean, we grew up believing God and the devil.
Yeah.
That's Ahura Mazda and Angramanyu.
Right, but that was hard. It was always hard for me to believe.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I just believed him burning in hell after I
I see,
died.
I
I didn't want to
see.
do that.
Wow.
Who wants to do that?
I think there is
It's hot
something
in
to
the
that.
car
Though.
without AC on. You know?
I used to think there was something to like, maybe it does just like represent a force of some kind, but they explain it as a human.
Right.
Chris Bledsoe
Yeah,
would tell you
of
they're
course.
actually entities. They're actually beings
Yeah.
with like emotions and thoughts and intelligence.
Yes.
So who knows?
I just feel like there have to be some people who have a thinner veil between different dimensions, I guess, as a simple word to use. And because yeah. Let's just continue.
separated by an infinite void. They respectively lived in infinite light and
Okay.
infinite
So
darkness.
each one of them are
Then
separated,
Ahura
okay.
Mazda created the physical or Gittig world. Angramanyu
Okay.
crawled into this new world and polluted it. They made the ocean salty, they turned the good earth into desert, killed the first human, made plants wither, and polluted fire with smoke. We now live in a time Zoroastrians refer to as the Gumezishin, or the mixture. Good and evil, truth and the lie, both exist
Interesting.
together in our world.
Gnade.
Right.
Angramanyu's presence is temporary. They are a stain on the world rather than a permanent fixture.
Okay.
Zoroastrians see the physical world as a trap that Ahura Mazda lured Angramanyu into. Now trapped in the physical world, Angramanyu can be defeated slowly by the good thoughts, good words, and good deeds of humans working with Ahura Mazda.
Interesting.
2. Heaven and Hell. Zoroastrians believe
pause it.
that when a person dies, their soul leaves their body.
Angramanyu was sent to Earth, or he crawled on. He attached himself onto Earth, and it was almost like it was created as a prison for him.
Yes, a bait.
And Angramanyu rules over the Earth, not Hell. Satan rules over
Earth
the
is
Earth,
hell.
right?
We've
Satan
said
rules
that.
over the Earth, not Hell. That's just saying that.
To find, I think we've used the words too. To find heaven in hell is
You have
your
to
true
make
purpose.
your own light.
Like that is the game. Like once you can do that and you find light in the darkness,
You have to make
or
it.
as I've once said, once you learn how to dance in the darkness, you can navigate through it without even like needing the light per se.
All right, Riku.
I know, but yeah, it's. I love this. This is good. This is good.
This a little light of mine. I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
let it shine, baby.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
I love that song now. I have a light. I am a light, and I'm gonna let this shit shine, bro. Make your own light. Good deeds, good thoughts, good words.
Yeah, you know, I learned. Never mind. I used to sing that song a lot in church.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. It has something to do with our story, dude. That's why.
This little light, because we are the light in the darkness, bro. We say that all the time. We are the neon light. We are shining the light in the darkness. We are here to be a beacon of light, of hope, of curiosity, of dreams, to attract those who need to dream once again. Come, my brothers and sisters, my neon brothers and sisters, and let's unite under this neon light.
Come, my baby.
Once
Come,
more.
come, my baby.
You're my neon light.
Sugar.
Their soul is then led to the bridge of judgment. Above this bridge lies heaven, below hell. Here the
Wow.
soul's good
Hell.
and bad deeds are weighed on a scale. Depending on the balance of good to evil
Okay.
deeds, the soul ascends to heaven, a paradise of infinite bliss
Okay.
called the
I think I'm good.
song, or falls down to hell to suffer, quote, long age of misery, darkness, bad food,
Some can say inaction is
Bad
also
food.
though immoral. Yeah, terrible food like rotting food.
Oh, no.
and the crying of woe. This is called England. I mean, sorry. This is called Duzak.
That was
It's
racist.
also a medium place for people who are neither good nor evil, where they kind of just float and experience nothing. Servants, as well as masters, can reach paradise. People will be judged according to how they chose to live their lives, rather than wealth or prestige. For Zoroastrians, death represents the highest form of pollution. Death only exists because of Angramanyu. Upon the death of a Zoroastrian, a priest will be called to perform a ceremony, after which the soul of the person will no longer be considered connected to the body. The family then says their goodbyes without touching the body, and the body will be placed on a stone slab and carried away by special corpse bearers. Since dead bodies are so polluting,
That seems archaic. What would I do nowadays? Like what, you know how they fancify shit? They make like coffins. Like the coffin, I'm sure the old story of the coffin was to like make a wooden box of oak because the soul can't escape if the dead rise or something, you know, out
Right.
of oak. And it's like some fancy story, but then it gets beautified into these fancy ass caskets with like satin and
Yeah.
memory foam pillows for the dead. So now they're comfortable inside, you know? Well, I wonder, like, how this evolved today. If I were to be a Zoroastrian and I died and I needed this ceremony done, what kind of stone slab and who would be doing it? And like, would it be a fancy limousine to come take the stone slab? And would it be a marble slab now? Would it be some kind of crystal slab that's like vibrated by a Zoroastrian priest? Or what would they? You know what I'm trying to say?
I hope it's a crystal slab. The rich get the crystal slab.
Because that's stone, technically.
Yeah. Quartz.
You know, pure crystal quartz slab.
That's where I want
That's
to be
funny.
when I die.
I'm just curious how that ceremony would be romanticized nowadays.
We'll look it up. We'll look it up, guys. 500 likes on the video, and we're going to look up a Zoroastrian
yeah.
funeral.
That's a good idea. 500 likes on the video. We'll look up current Zoroastrian funeral practices.
That's right.
Modern Zoroastrian.
and carried away by special corpse bearers. Since dead bodies are so polluting, Zoroastrians would never think to pollute any of the sacred elements with them, those being fire, water, earth, etc. So
Interesting.
the traditional method to dispose of bodies, used for thousands of years, has been the Tower of Silence. Within these open-roofed stone towers, located on the top of barren hills, bodies will be laid to rest on stone slabs, as to not pollute the earth, and then eaten by vultures, normally within a few hours. The bones are bleached in the sun and quickly disintegrate into dust. By feeding the birds, the deceased offers up one final good deed of charity before crossing over the bridge. However, in the 1930s, the Iranian government banned the use of the towers, and currently towers in India are suffering from a shortage of birds due to increased urbanization and pollution. Today, many
gotta bring back the dead bodies to bring back the birds.
Hashtag bring back the slab.
Bring back the slab. You bring back the slabs, you bring back the birds, you bring back peace.
That's
Peace in the Middle East.
You know why there's so much trouble in America?
No slabs.
Not enough stone slabs. Not enough vultures.
Not enough slabs. Not enough slab bearers. It's a crisis, really.
I tried to apply on Indeed as a slab bearer, and I couldn't find a job. Yeah, I couldn't find a post.
Really? You think they'd be looking?
They don't seem to very. Apparently, they don't want it as much as they say they do.
After all they do, and after all they say they need it, they don't. They're not. There's no stone bearer openings on sacred.jobs.com. That's crazy to me.
Sacred.jobs. Nice. I haven't.
Have you checked sacred.jobs.com?
It's pretty cool.
You got to check that one out. Yeah. Oh yeah, check it out one.
I was thinking today, while I was driving, I was like, I think it would be cool to be night shift janitor at a big church.
Night shift J.
Night shift J, the janitor, at a big church.
Janitor. Night shift
I'm the only one in there. I'm the only one with the keys. I'm locked in there. I start having like conversations with God. I start having like holy experiences, like really fucking getting in touch with God himself by being by myself in his house, cleaning it.
Do you think being in a place like that gives you more? I guess vibration matters.
Yeah, especially if you're cleaning it, if you're upkeeping the house of the Lord, he's probably like, "Hey, bro, I see you." He gives you a little wink, a little message.
Oh my gosh! Imagine he's there on the cross. He winks.
I want to be the janitor night shift at a church now.
I love that.
Wild.
I love that for you. I love that.
There should be a movie about the night shift janitor at a church, starring Ben Stiller as the night shift janitor. Just like Night at the Museum. Except there's no little figures.
It could be a sequel.
But janitor.
It could be a spoof. One of those spoof sequels they're always talking about.
Spoof.
One of those spoof sequels. That's like, oh, Ben Stiller was security for the mall, but can he handle the church?
Can he handle
this
Christ?
all new spiritual twist. Wow. God talks to Ben Stiller, and it's odd because Ben Stiller like is Jewish, and it's like a Christian church, so like
at the end
you already
of the
got
trailer,
that right on the surface.
At the end of the trailer, you see Ben open up a door to a closet, and then you hear on the other side, "Hey, how's it going?"
Was that Peter Griffin?
Hey, how's it going? What are you doing here?
Who's that? Is that Peter Griffin?
You're
or
not
who's
supposed to be here. You're supposed to be at the museum. It's
Lightning
Lightning McQueen.
Cusack?
It's Owen Wilson.
I thought it was Joan.
It's Owen Wilson.
I thought that was Joan Cusack from Toy Story 2 as Jane.
It's actually Joan
Cusack
Cusack
Jane?
from The Incredibles 2.
Oh.
Yeah, Helen Parr.
Drat.
Helen Parr.
Drat.
Okay,
What's her
guys,
name?
hold
Did
on.
I say Jessie? What did I call her?
Jessie.
Her name's Jessie. What did I call her?
I thought you said Jessie.
I called her Jane.
Jane from Toy Story.
Jane from Toy Story.
G.I. Jane.
My
wife's name.
It's not Jane. It's Jessie. Jessie, guys. Sorry, Disney fans.
Dappy's gonna rip my head off.
You can't afford that. I'm gonna jump back in.
Use special burial grounds or have turned to electrical cremation or even using solar reflectors.
Oh, he just told us.
and pollution. Today,
Look.
many Zoroastrian communities use special burial grounds or have turned to electrical cremation or even using solar reflectors to harness the power of the sun to break down the bodies rather than polluting fire.
So what?
Wow.
Electricity? Electricity isn't
I guess
Ahura
it's not a
Mazda?
sacred element,
right. That's a man-made one.
right? What the heck?
Not really, though.
Not really.
That's not true.
Yeah,
Lightning,
right?
but that comes from storms. But storms aren't negative inherently. I'm curious how they rationalize
I think
that.
like fire, water, earth, and air are the sacred ones, are like the elements, and I think like lightning.
Oh
is,
yeah,
like,
electricity is kind of like a byproduct.
Yeah. It is, huh?
Interesting.
It's like a byproduct, like
That is
air
interesting.
and earth.
And wind.
Yeah,
Well, air is wind.
yeah.
And pressure. I guess earth. Earth.
Air pressure, wind.
3. The Apocalypse. The battle between Ahura Mazda and Angra Mainyu will continue for thousands of years, but eventually a savior, or Saushant, will be born to a virgin mother who will lead people against the forces of
All
evil.
right, you see that?
Virgin Mother.
You see that?
Yes.
A savior born to a virgin mother, and the Christians just like, our savior was also born from a virgin mother.
Did you get my post about that virgin-born shark?
Yeah, Shark Jesus.
Jesus shark. Jesus shark.
Oh my god.
Shark Jesus. Shark Jesus.
He did say we wouldn't recognize him.
Hey, why are we expecting a person, dude?
Because coming back as a shark is like the worst way to be able to communicate your message.
But did he say he'd show himself again, or just that like these things would happen when he came back?
I think he comes back in physical form.
And shows himself.
Yeah, although I think that just means his spirit is incarnated again into this world.
What do you think he'll be wearing?
Like Seth's clothes.
I mean, he'd look pretty dope in this robe.
He would.
Not like. Do you think he'll be in like a drippy robe, or do you think he'll be more in like t-shirt jeans, or like overalls, no shirt, or like?
He's gonna look like a bum. He's gonna look homeless. He always appears as
Like Ashy Larry.
right. He uses the Jesus of Nazareth. Nazareth was known as like the ghetto back then. You don't fuck with people in Nazareth. But
Nah.
but God used Jesus of Nazareth to become the savior. It's always like a lowly underdog type that he
Ragtag.
uses. Ragtag.
That's the word of the day.
Everybody, what's the word of the day again?
Ragtag. Ragtag.
That's right.
I said it again. Sorry, I have to do it again. I said it.
It's okay.
No, but you know. But yeah, I get that. Awesome.
Virgin
And
mother.
see, virgin born saves the earth, stops the battle between good and evil. Do you think Donald Trump was born of a virgin? Because I'm just kidding.
I don't know
And
where
bring
he
about
came
the
from.
end times. The earth will be swallowed by fire, molten metal will cover everything, and
Let's
bring
look
about Ant will be born to a virgin mother who will lead people against the forces of evil and bring about the end times. The earth will be swallowed by fire, molten metal will cover everything. The good people will pass through this molten river, while the bad people will burn and be purified. The gates of hell will open, the souls of the damned will be released and redeemed, and everyone will live together in eternal bliss.
See that?
Honestly, it all sounds pretty metal. Angra Mainyu, finally defeated by Ahura Mazda
the people in
and
hell go
humanity's
to
good
heaven
thoughts,
after.
words, and deeds,
Huh?
Even the people in hell go to heaven afterward.
Yeah, there's no more need for it, I suppose.
Yeah. Wow, wow, wow.
Because good ultimately wins. There's no more.
Yes, it does also.
Come on, guys. Get over here. We're up with open arms. When we all
Uh-huh.
start dancing.
Uh-huh.
Just like, and this is the end.
Yeah, the souls
will be
from
tossed
hell,
back into
they
the
say,
black abyss.
we're
They
sorry. And we go, it's okay. It's
know,
fine. We know. I'm actually sorry too, because I'm you.
And then we all...
And then we all just become one.
And then this big eye just blinks. Yeah.
crawled out of and defeated forever. This last judgment/apocalypse is called the Frasho Kuridi, meaning renewal, as in the renewal of Ahura Mazda's originally perfect creation. 4. The 3 Gs. The most important concept in Zoroastrianism after Ahura Mazda is Asha. This is an ancient Avestan word and is difficult to translate. Asha is truth, wisdom, goodness, justice, perfection,
Akasha.
order, and progress all rolled into one word.
It means order.
The Akasha.
12 rules to Asha.
Huh.
You need to clean your damn room.
Is it
If you don't
Jordan?
clean your damn room and fight the dragons, you'll never experience Asha.
Ah. Does he say that?
Clean your damn room.
Everyone
course
wants.
no, he didn't say
Everyone's
Asha.
coming here saying they want Asha, but nobody wants to clean their room. You guys keep demanding it from me. You're demanding my Asha. I don't have Asha.
You need to slay the dragons. Clean your damn room.
I can't. That's all I can think about him saying.
It was.
Slay the dragons. Responsibility is the antidote to depression.
I'm gonna go out on a
Purpose.
limb here and say that Jordan
Jesus.
Room's. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Jordan Peterson's room is pretty messy.
Yeah, dude. It's, we gotta watch one of those videos from that guy, dude.
That's his dragon. This is fucking messy.
I'm telling
ass
you,
room.
we gotta watch one of those. They're funny. He has one, I think, on Jordan Peterson. It's hilarious.
Asha is the path of Ahura Mazda. Zoroastrians try their best to follow the path of Asha. To help humanity follow Asha, Ahura Mazda gave them Vohu Mana, or good mind. This allowed humans to recognize right from wrong. Good mind lets us see injustice and feel.
So this is their tenets here. We have it. It's innate within
Fucking
us.
no.
We know what right and
That's
wrong
why you can
is.
feel it when you're doing wrong.
Yes, you feel it, bro.
As much as you can try to convince yourself that it feels good to do wrong, there's something that you feel it. You know, I think everyone has it.
I do too. I think it's represented at a certain age when you really understand the the cause of your actions.
Right.
That's when like morality truly becomes your responsibility.
that it is unjust. Through good mind, Ahura Mazda gave humans free will. This means a lot to Zoroastrians because choice is extremely important to their beliefs. From our good mind, we can have good thoughts, and from good thoughts follow good words, and then good deeds. Doing good
We
thoughts.
think,
Whoa.
so we feel, so we act.
Look at those colors.
Rasta.
Neon popsicle.
Popsicle.
It's pink, yellow, blue.
I see green, yellow, red. I see Rasta.
You see green
I
and
see
red.
green, yellow, red. I see green, yellow, red.
Are my computers?
I see it on my phone too. Green, yellow, red. It's green. It's like Rasta.
I see like a pink purple on the bottom
Wow.
and like a teal
Interesting.
blue on top.
Wow.
What the fuck?
But look, so we think, so we feel, so we act, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what, like, that's alignment with oneself. That's true sovereignty. We
Yeah.
think, so we feel. We say what we feel generally.
Uh-huh.
How you doing? Good. We, and then we act. Our deeds. Think, feel, act. It's the Holy Trinity.
Right.
Thoughts, good words, and good deeds is the core of Zoroastrian belief. Good deeds, such as taking part in your community, supporting others through tough times, standing up against injustice, fighting poverty, nursing the sick, and subscribing to
Classic. Give the homeless guy a baguette of bread. Classic homeless food gift. You know, like Aladdin went
carbs.
berserk. Aladdin went berserk for the baguette.
Street rat.
education.
Hey, gotta live to steal, gotta steal to eat.
Tell you all about
Gotta
it when
eat
I
to
got
live,
the time.
gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat. Okay, that's what it is. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat. All right, he's doing his best. Hey, and he ended up giving it to those little kids. All right,
Gotta fuck to live. Gotta live to fuck.
Jason, Anthony.
Your
Sorry.
YouTube channels all help in the battle against Angramanyu. This is why in India, Zoroastrians are known for their support of orphanages, shelters, and many different charities. It was Zoroaster that said, "Happiness comes to them who bring happiness to others."
I want to have
5.
a Zoroastrian
Fire.
friend.
Zoroastrians see fire as the
Same.
sacred symbol of Ahura Mazda.
Probably
I
really
want to talk
nice.
to a real one.
Pure
I want to talk to a real Zoroastrian.
They're probably
Inside
nice. 'cause they're
Zoroastrian
good
fire
deeds,
temples,
good thoughts,
their
good
priests
actions.
conduct all
They're probably really
Huh?
nice people. They're probably
Yeah,
super
dude.
nice because that's their whole damn thing.
That's the game. I love that. Yeah.
Name of the game. Zoroastrian is the game. Zoroastrianism.
Zorios. Is it that
A
cookie?
cookie, yeah.
That's what they eat.
Zorios.
all rituals in front of fire because it shows the presence of
Their
Ahura
favorite
Mazda.
cereal.
But the fire is
Wow.
never actually worshipped itself. This is very important. Zoroastrians do not worship fire.
They worship
Zoroastrianism
around
also
fire.
isn't a congregational religion. Most worship is done at home, and Zoroastrians tend to only go to fire temples during the 7 holy days or festivals they have each year.
So they're not like a fellowship, must go to church, must give tithes.
Right.
That way, you help humanity
The church is
where
where
needed.
you are. You are the church.
You
where,
are the temple.
Where there's more than one gathering, I am there too. Right? Isn't that
Love
something?
that.
That is where the church is. Where more than one gather in worship of him. He is there.
But in this case, most of it's done at home. I guess you're insinuating they have a family. But what if it is just one worshiping? He's still there
Yeah.
because most of this is done at home.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah. Okay.
The most sacred fires in Zoroastrianism need to be made up of fire from 16 different sources, one of which needs to be ignited by lightning. 6. The Avesta. The Avesta is the holy book of the
What
Zoroastrian.
about that flame again? Let me listen to that flame
each
here.
year. The most to only go to fire temples during the 7 holy days or
Sacred-ass
festivals
flame.
they have each year. The most sacred fires in Zoroastrianism need to be made up of fire from 16 different sources, one of which needs to be ignited by lightning. 6.
Whoa.
The Avesta.
What
The
a
Avesta
holy
is the
fire that'd be.
of the Zoroastrians, and one of the oldest scriptures. It is written in an ancient language known as Avestan, which was the language spoken by Zoroaster roughly 3,500 years ago. The Avesta contains hymns from Zoroaster himself, known as gathas. These 17 gathas are deeply important to Zoroastrians, and most Zoroastrian belief is based on them. Due to the violence Zoroastrians have
gathas.
suffered throughout
We gotta look
history,
into that.
only a fraction of the Avesta survive.
Those are their tenets too. Like those 17 books hold their brute beliefs.
Right.
Is what I've basically just heard.
Those are like the erased books of the Bible. No.
And yes, and only a fraction of the Avesta survives today. How sad.
Yeah.
They got defeated and they destroyed their world religions, dude, not understanding how valuable the information could have been.
That was it. Now it's Christianity and Judaism. I wonder who burned it. I wonder who got rid of it.
It was probably the frickin',
The Jews and the Christians.
I don't know. I mean, whoever's in that area at the time. I'd have to do more history research.
Right?
But I want to say it was probably the Judaish, like the
Ah.
Jewish, Muslim, Islam. Probably Islam.
It's a good guess.
It's probably that. I'm going to guess.
Lives today. For example, Zoroastrians believe that when Alexander the Great conquered the Achaemenid Empire, he burned the royal palace at Persepolis and its library to the ground, destroying a complete
There we go.
copy
King Alexander.
written in gold on 12,000 goat skins. This might be why he isn't called Alexander the Great in Iran, but rather Alexander the Accursed.
So Alexander the Great did it. We asked questions and then they answer them like right away. That's
You
funny.
see that? Alexander
Yeah,
the
Alexander
Great.
the Great.
We call him great, but they call him the accursed because he fucked
that
them over.
crazy?
That's wild. Yeah,
Wow,
we see him
how
as like a
the
hero. What a
frickin',
smart war leader. Praise Alexander the Great. But he's fucking. They're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, dude. We think he's good because
He's
without
like-
him, the knowledge of the old world would still exist.
He's like their Hitler.
Whoa.
If you think about it.
Yeah, of their religion.
He wanted to wipe them
of
out.
their religion text, dude.
Yeah.
He took out their most holy book
Yeah.
and their most holy temple
Alexander
And they don't even go
Great.
to temple. They're like, bro, we barely even go on the 7th night of fire or whatever the hell we do. And you burn it down.
Whoever's in charge of the system right now is the one who hid Zoroastrianism for us, because they're the ones calling him great, teaching all the kids to call him Alexander the Great. Whoever's in charge, they're hiding Zoroastrianism.
It is
Why are they bending it to call him
Bulgarian Illuminati. The Bulgarian Illuminati.
What's
Who
Bulgarian?
have their roots. It's like Bulgarian or Bulgarian Illuminati. It's like the original Illuminati that came from England, the original secret society,
Whoa.
the original Illuminati.
The Knights Templar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You get it, you know.
Wow.
They got their roots in England.
Well, I'll tell you where I got my roots right now.
Where are your roots? What is that? What is that?
Don't you worry about a thing,
Get your way about a thing.
'cause every little thing is gonna
Every
be
little
alright.
thing is gonna be- The roots, your roots.
Baby, don't
Is this
worry.
Is this a reggae reference?
About a thing. That's right,
About
man.
it. Ah, your
Every
reggae
little
roots.
thing is gonna be alright. Pick it away, man.
3 little birds sat on my way. Wait, is that the same
I
song?
think that's a different song, but it works.
3 little birds. Is that Macy Gray?
I think so.
Shit.
Even more of the
Oh, no, you're
events
right.
that was
3
lost
little
during
birds
Arab,
upon
Turkic,
my
and Mongol
doorstep.
invasions.
Oh,
Singing
doorstep.
sweet
Yeah.
songs.
Okay. Mine were sitting on the window. Macy Gray's were sitting on the window.
Oh.
Bob Marley's are sitting on his doorstep.
Okay.
That's where I messed up. I put mine on the window.
Yeah.
So okay.
That's the gay version.
of
That's the
Iran.
basic.
Yeah, Zoroastrians really couldn't catch a break there for a while. You can read the Avesta online for free, and a lot of it is extremely beautiful and thought-provoking. But if you're a dunce like me, you'll love this section about how hedgehogs, known as the dog with the prickly back, serve Ahura Mazda, and turtles have sided with Angramanyu. Or the
What?
following chapter, atoning
God damn it.
I
love
have
tortoises.
2 turtles.
Because they're so earthly.
They sided
They're
with
so
anger about you.
of-earth.
What the fuck?
Bastards.
for the murder of a water dog,
That's why
which
they
is about
bite
how
me.
you'll be punished if you kill an otter. So you should be like the prickly boy and the water dog and help fight against evil. When the
Wow,
founder of the
okay.
Achaemenid Empire, Cyrus the Great, freed the Jews from Babylon, he not only showed the world the religious tolerance that Zoroastrian rulers would become known for, but he changed world history at the same time. For freeing the Jews, Cyrus was praised as a messiah in the book of Isaiah. This meant that
Oh, okay. Just in case. This is a dramatic reenactment of the writing of the book. I thought this was like him actually writing the book of Isaiah. So I'm glad they put that
Right.
because I would have had to file a complaint. I'm just saying.
Jewish thinkers were obviously quite receptive to Zoroastrians and Zoroastrian ideas. It is in that book of Isaiah that Yahweh is for the first time spoken of as a single creator god, like Ahura Mazda. The
Wow.
Abrahamic religions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam owe a lot to Zoroastrianism, because while Zoroaster's teachings don't sound too revolutionary today, ideas like one all-powerful god, a cosmic battle between a loving god and their satanic nemesis, angels and archangels, a heavenly judgment that places a person in heaven or hell, and a final cataclysmic
Virgin
judgment
birth.
that will
Yeah,
purify
dude.
the world and bring about the kingdom of God, where the good will live in eternal paradise,
dude.
which is a Persian word, were all brand new ideas at that time. This means that while small
Brand
today,
new ideas.
Zoroastrianism
That's
has
crazy.
influenced the most sacred beliefs of billions of people. Even George R.R. Martin borrowed some Zoroastrian thought to make his religions in A Song of Ice and Fire, as you can see here.
Lord of Light is based in part on a couple of the dualist religions that actually existed in our world. One of them, the I can never say that.
Zoroastrian.
Yeah, whatever that is, yeah. And the other one,
Whatever that is.
How dare you?
Good thoughts, good words, and good deeds are one of the most important things in Zoroastrianism, but they can be followed by literally anyone. A simple good deed you can do today to improve the world just a little bit is using Tab for a cause.
All right. Don't. Okay. But that was that's
Wow.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very thought provoking. So yes, the fact that this religion, Zoroastrianism, is basically what modern day religions are based off of, at least monotheistic ones. Fuck. I would take it away, Steve. I lost my train of thought already. I'm terrible at that tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I need to take some ashwagandha.
Well, you're just getting off of work. You just ate. Your body's digesting. It's using that energy to digest the
come
food.
on, hurry
you know.
up.
All right, so I do think it's wild though. There are a lot of parallels between all the New World religions and the Old World religions. I think it's very odd and interesting that none of that information would have been seen. I mean, maybe the information wasn't even looked at when it was destroyed by Alexander the Great and other things. Maybe they just destroyed it because they knew, oh, these people value this stuff, burn it. Maybe if they had looked at it and they'd gone, wait a minute, this information is. But now I'm curious, if a lot of it has been burnt, like, how are we able to recover so much? And is what we know still extremely limited because of how much was lost?
It's gotta be. Right?
There's no way we're going
Sucks.
to ever fully understand that religion or perspective.
I mean, you could always
Unless you
access the
talk to-
Akashic records, but
I guess you'd have to talk to a Zoroastrian and have them take you back as far as they know.
can we get a
And you'd have-
Zoroastrian on the show?
I would love a Zoroastrian to hit us up. That'll be a great conversation, a great just to dive into it and how they practice. And is there things like, is there a book they read like the Bible now? Like, how much did you guys lose of your religion? I would love to ask questions about it. That would be amazing. If anybody knows a Zoroastrian, send them our way. Freddie Mercury's dead, so I can't reach out to his PR. But
Right.
if anybody knows one, let me know.
Can you look up who a famous Zoroastrian is that is alive?
Oh,
Celebrity Zoroastrianist. We'll get them on the show. It's a fucking Joe Rogan. I'm actually Zoroastrianist.
Right.
Well,
Let's
guys,
see.
he was given the message.
Freddie
by
Mercury, Zubimev, and additionally notable figures.
A
Mm,
being of light gave Ahura Mazda. No, gave
Not really.
Zoroastrianist. Zarathustra
not really.
a vision about.
A lot of them are in
one
India, Pakistan, UK. There's not really out here in the US.
We don't let them be famous out here.
I think it's just a cultural thing. We trust in God out here, boy. This is
Right.
God's country.
Exactly.
There's got to be some groups out here, though. There are individuals who are known and prominent in the public eye. Some examples include Mazda Anita, a Zoroastrian priest and law clerk. I'll fight your case with the power of Ahura Mazda on our side.
That's right.
So let's see.
Good acts, good deeds, good words, and good attorneys.
Look at the symbolism here, though. I'm going to stream my screen here again. It looks very Egyptian.
Huh, it does, huh?
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, okay. They're all the same picture.
Right.
But very interesting. Now I'm trying to see where you would find local Zoroastrian meetups.
Zoroastriansmeet.com.
Let's see. For Zoroastrians in Temecula, the Zoroastrian Association of California is a good resource. Wow, there's a Zoroastrian Association of California.
Zach.
I'm sure somebody from that association would love to talk to us. They don't want to. Nobody invites them on their podcast.
Right?
They'd be like, "Yeah, I don't care. That'd be great." They'd be so excited and tell their friends that they're on our podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one in look. Zach's Community Zoroastrian of California Association, rather, stretches from Calabasas to San Diego.
Nice.
Okay.
Sign me up,
maybe
baby.
Maybe we look into the Zoroastrian Association of California. Wow. Wow. Interesting. But see, it's a very cultural thing. I don't know if I guess they'd be interested in talking to us. I don't know if they care if we're just like
Right.
Westerners. Interesting. I'm interested.
Look at that fire. Look at that Ohura Mazdan fire.
Yeah, that one was lit by lightning. You can tell.
I mean, you want to bet? I bet it was.
You can tell. Oh, this boy's popular.
Yeah. He was have a lot of good
Sports
at.
Day, Halloween. Oh, look, they do Halloween. Definitely interested. Look at this guy on stilts. Look at this guy on stilts. Doing it for the kids.
Gosh.
Doing it for the kids.
Good thoughts, good deeds.
Oh, you know they won the tramp. You know they won the prize. You know they won their costume contest. You know. Oh, why do they have a turtle there?
Steven?
Are they tricking Jason? Are they like low key like co-opted, dude?
I think
Are they
that's some
co-opted
kind
right
of,
now?
I think that's some Angry Manu type shit. The symbolism right
You know
there.
what it could be though. Also, is that they're like, we are in control of you, Anger Manu.
Huh.
You,
Look at you, so slow.
are in our control. Yeah, look at you. Like we aren't. Because that seems kind of symbolic to me. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah. No, it is.
But anyway. Interesting. I'm very interested to visit them. I want to find them.
Atash Kade.
Where do I find them?
Right? It's all different language.
Events. Celebrate with us. Upcoming events. Bandagi.
Bandagi.
Give me some event details.
Yeah, I want to find out what's going on here.
Bandagi prayers. So, we're going to go and make some Bandagi prayers. Atash Kadeh will be open every Sunday. The Boi ceremony will be performed at 11:30. All requested to adhere to the safety rules.
What's the boy ceremony?
It's the BOI, not BOY, Jason. Calm down.
Boy.
Calm down. That's why I tried to say it.
The
Jason, not
Boy
boy.
ceremony. The Boy ceremony.
Got it. What is Hambandagi? Hambandagi prayers. Let's go into a cultural wormhole here, guys. Not AI mode. Get out of here. I don't want to waste water bottles.
Have you ever been Humbundagi prayed? I've been Humbundagi prayed upon before, and it's pretty
Never
good.
been Humbandagied.
Never been Humbundagi prayed upon?
Never been Humbandaги prayed upon.
It's pretty good.
This is an hour-long Humbandaги prayer.
2-hour program.
He's praying. There's Zoroaster behind him.
Yeah. His eyes are rolled up to the top of his head because it stimulates the pineal gland.
He's looking at his pineal gland.
It stimulates it.
There are 2 types of prayer.
Whoa.
Verbal, talking, and 2, non-verbal, that is gestures and actions. How many types of verbal prayers are there?
So yeah, Humbendagi.
Well,
It's a way to reconnect, probably. Wow, that's cool.
doggy. Oh,
Because again, the prayer is mostly done at home, so you come together, you learn, take it home with you to learn to continue your worship.
yes.
I'd be interested to look into some Zoroastrianism,
Zoroastrianism.
just to see, whether meditate, probably meditate. Eastern, so I'm sure meditation has a lot to do with it. Not prayer in our common understanding of it, but that's interesting. And it's older, dude. It's so much older than these other ones.
Yeah.
So you can't discredit it. It can't just be a coincidence that these other religions have similar archetypes and heroes, so to speak,
Right.
that go through the same struggles and come up with the same goals and victories at the end of their life. Here
Inside
to spread the same message.
within the Zenavista, there's a story of a guy of a flood. Ahura Mazda floods the earth. But instead of building a boat like Noah does, this guy builds almost like an underground bunker. They call it, I forget what they call it, something. It's named something. But it's like an underground bunker where they have food, water, animals live down there. Like it's like a world underground.
Yes.
And that's what
yes,
they lived in.
read it. We read about this.
Yeah. That's what they lived in.
What's the Avesta? Right. Okay.
I always just get up to that point and then I stop reading because I don't have enough time to go further, but I'm sure there's tons in that book.
So it's the Vendidad. There's a compelling narrative. Oh, it's called the Vara.
Whoa.
To safeguard life from an impending catastrophe. There's a compelling narrative from a figure named Yima, who constructs a protective enclosure called the Vara.
That's what it was. I read that story.
Yes.
Pretty crazy. Time goes faster within the Vara.
Ah, nice.
One day was like a whole year or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Self-sustaining, artificial light sources, complete with provisions. Interesting.
Crazy.
Featuring streets, buildings, a radiant interior. Huh.
Crazy. It's magic.
Doesn't say that it was really underground,
Really?
but the concept of it being enclosed had led some scholars to theorize that it might have been subterranean. It's speculative
Okay.
and not definitively supported by the scriptures, but one could say it's led to some debate. That's cool.
Cool stuff.
That is really cool.
We'll look more into him. Maybe I can come back with some more info tomorrow.
I mean, what else is there even to really know other than just comparing other Bible stories to the Zoroastrian thing?
Right?
I mean,
think
we kind of got to the root of it.
it.
Yeah, we summed it up. What it is: good and evil, God and the devil, heaven, hell, good work. I mean, it all makes sense. The fact that it's old, the other religions take their tenets from these tenets.
The fact that
So-
Ahura Mazda appeared to him as a being of pure light.
Yep.
And that's what Chris Bledsoe
Yep.
says. These beings of pure light appeared
They're
to me and
light
gave
beings.
me messages
Of love.
of love.
But see, that's what I wanted to say too. No matter how different and how many other renditions there are of this story that I brought up, they all speak of the same message, and that message is love.
Yep.
And I'll leave you with that, my neon citizens.
He was
How long
given
we been at it?
almost an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
an hour and 20. Yeah.
But yeah, that's
We
crazy.
can watch some Jordan Peterson Cope next episode if you want, or a comedy video. It doesn't matter. They're really funny.
Why doesn't Ahura Mazda talk to me? I'm just kidding. Okay, I won't get into it.
Jason,
Guys.
look
All
at you
right.
go. Look at
All
you
right.
go.
I look in the
Again,
sky
here he goes
sometimes
again.
and I say,
Here he goes again. Here he goes again,
Ahura
guys.
Mazda. I don't say Ahura Mazda. Maybe I should. Maybe I should use the name.
Here he goes again.
He shows himself to Chris Bledsoe. He showed himself to Zoroaster. He showed himself to Enoch. All of these stories, these religious stories, are of beings of light approaching and giving messages of like truth.
Because the higher your vibration is, the more likely it is to occur. You need to lift. Your vibration isn't high enough. By no fault of your own, most likely. You may be too tired, maybe not enough time in the day, but your vibration isn't high enough.
You're right.
You got to raise your vibration. You got to give more of yourself to them, not to them, but to the universe, to love.
Wow.
Lighten up.
Wow. I think you're right. Lighten up a bit.
Vibration wise, spirit wise.
The world
become
keeps
lighter.
us down. The world keeps us stressed so that we don't see them.
Totally.
Wow. Well, if you guys want to be able to see these glowing entities of pure light and love, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That is your
Yeah,
good
we gotta
deed
do
of the
a
day.
stargazing episode one day. We gotta go out to Anza. We gotta go try to find Goldie out in Anza.
Wow, that'd be a crazy stream. We're gonna go live on Neon Popsicle.
For those of you who don't know,
maybe one of us will run the OBS on a laptop, and then the other one can go to Anza on their phone and look for Goldie, and we'll have a live episode searching for Goldie. We'll be talking about Neon Popsicle stuff, but you'll also be looking for Goldie.
Interesting.
Because you could be on your phone. As long as I'm on the laptop, I could start the stream and end it.
Yeah, it's true. You
can bring someone with you. You can go with Brittany or something. So
yeah, I'd have to. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cool. For those of you who don't know, Goldie is an orb who is known to be seen out in that area. If you look up Goldie in Anza, or Goldie sighting in Anza, you'll see what we mean.
Are there any videos?
It goes hand in hand with what we've been talking about.
Has anyone posted
Oh, that's a good idea.
sightings?
Let me see.
I want to see Goldie. I wonder what Goldie is. Is it a person, spirit who has passed? Is it an extension of Ahura Mazda? Is it?
So, a story from 2022: Anza stargazers to chase UFO legend of Goldie at upcoming campout. Halfway between Palm Springs and Temecula's wine country lies the Anza Valley, where decades strangers talk about strange tales about a golden orb UFO nicknamed Goldie have immersed in the community in rich otherworldly folklore.
Wow.
For decades. But
Wow.
Anza's history of UFO sightings and reported paranormal activity have attracted global attention to the small Southern California mountain community. That's cool.
How crazy. I want to see it.
Let's see. It had most notably on an episode of the 1990 series Strange Sightings, and YouTube is rife with videos on the subject. Cool. So we can look into that. Let me see if let me go to YouTube again. I left YouTube because I didn't want to rely on it too much, but it seems to be the source for truth. Extraterrestrial activity said Anza Valley UFO Goldie sighting. Here. Let's see. Let me stream my screen. Let me know when you got that.
Yeah, I'll open it right now. I'm in.
So it looks like they're looking over a skyline over a city, like
Right.
standing on top of a hill or a mountain. I don't. This video could be a lot shorter. If it does come at the end, I
Right.
don't see anything yet. Yeah, I don't see shit.
I didn't see
So
nothing.
that video was bullshit.
Sorry, guys. Suspenseful though, right?
Very. Here.
Never seen anything like it.
Holy cow! There's no question that there have been sightings by military
How
devices
crazy.
in space. And that gets...
Maintaining the surveillance equipment and recording data has been a full-time job for researchers. 2 days and nights of hard work finally pay off. After day-long preparations, a strange light appears in the sky. The camera was not in position, but skeptical observers were.
And I'm totally freaked out. I mean, I've got shivers going all the way up my spine. I don't know how to explain this. You know, I'm a pure skeptic, definitely. And to see what I just saw, there's, you know, I can't be skeptical.
We saw a yellowish orange light appear over the mountain. It traveled a little bit to our right and split off into two lights.
And as we watched,
Wow.
they began to fade in intensity, and after about 30 to 40 seconds, they disappeared from view.
The sighting lasted only
Awesome.
15 seconds, but soon another UFO appeared, and this time the cameras were ready. The team captured this amazing UFO video.
You guys watching this inside?
It's going up, going straight up.
Whoa.
249, 249.
We are presently watching this
So
light,
What the
bright.
hell?
light going. It's now rising above Mount Cahuilla. It appears to be more oblong or saucer-shaped than
Mount
any conventional
Cahuilla.
aircraft
Yeah,
that
that's
we-
right up in Anza.
Yeah.
This starlight videotape may be all we ever know about the UFO nicknamed Goldie.
That's
Neither
crazy.
U.S. military sources nor the FAA have a definitive
That was a pretty good
explanation.
video even for back
Researchers
then.
in
Look at
ANZA
that.
now have extensive logs and video, but none of it can yet explain who or what is out there. With
Yeah, dude, Goldie.
So, guys, in an upcoming Neon stream, maybe we will find Goldie. How crazy.
Totally. Let's see, this is somebody's.
One of those normal fucking people trying to video. Like, oh, here's a video. Here's a. There it is. I'm getting it. I'm getting it though. You can see it. Oh my gosh, look at that. See, what the fuck is that? See it?
That's it. It's currently fairly stable.
I know, but do you see what it's like? The lights and the spinning around in the camera. See it?
That's crazy.
Dude, that's nuts, bro. I mean, that's
The
something
fucking
weird.
perfect song to be listening
Oh,
to
Lord.
when you see this.
I just
It
wanna-
really is, dude.
So fast. There it goes. So it
That's
goes
crazy.
away and then it just seems like it comes back. It gets smaller. See, that's weird. It's like pulsating fucking lights.
Yeah, baby.
Chris Bledsoe has like pictures of things that look like that. But,
Yeah,
like,
that's
have,
cool.
like, they have like
That's
little
really cool.
face-looking things in there.
But it's out there, bro. It's out there. And we know that one specifically in that area. I mean, we could always... I want to check it out. I want to try to go and check it out.
Yeah, I don't
See
see
if
why
we
we
can-
couldn't summon Goldie where we are, but you know, maybe Goldie likes just his little location out there in Anza. Not a lot of people.
I really do think, man, I know Bledsoe said it doesn't matter where it's being
Right.
done. But I think it kind of does, bro, because it's not just going to pop up and cause chaos in the city.
Right. Not everyone's meant to
Like,
see it.
People are going to be driving, looking up. It's going to cause accidents. It's going to cause...
Yeah.
It's going to cause, like... It doesn't want to do that. It doesn't want to be seen like that. I don't think it does. I don't know it, but it just doesn't make sense that it would want to be seen that way.
I think they're highly intelligent beings that if they wanted to, they could manipulate what's happening in the world to make nobody be looking at the sky but you in that moment.
Yeah. Well, it's for you. It's your sighting. Maybe other people
So-
wouldn't see it.
So that people in the car wouldn't look. It would only appear to you when it knows that it's making people not look. Like,
Right.
It
I
is
get.
pulling
I
the
see.
strings on all of us. So it makes
I
everyone
hear
not
you.
look
It-
at the
it
sky
just
for a moment,
knows.
and then it makes you be the only one looking.
You'd
that
have to
brief
be
moment.
looking at that exact time too.
It knows. It makes you.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
And it
I see
makes
what you're
them
getting at.
not.
Right. No, I see what you're getting at.
Maybe that's how it doesn't cause chaos. It doesn't force it, but it makes something happen in the world for everybody that makes them not look up or something.
I didn't realize Anzo was such a hot spot for flying saucers and
Right?
sightings.
Me either.
That's awesome.
That's pretty
It
crazy.
is native. It is native land.
Oh shit.
There's a lot of native land out there.
Kahuya.
Yeah, it's a tribe.
Dude, yeah, native as fuck. Those orbs love
Mhm.
natives. The spirits love natives. I think because the natives
Yeah.
were more in touch with the spiritual side.
Yeah.
So they probably do hang around in like spiritual ground. There was a video that Bledsoe posted of like these Native Americans doing a chant, and he like
Oh,
a
yeah,
flashes.
yeah.
And he says
I remember seeing that.
He has a lot of Native American friends. Like I bet they love that shit.
The orb flashes, and then apparently I saw the picture too. The form it flashes
It looked like
can arguably be in the form of a shape of a being.
and it looked like the being that he painted.
Hold on one sec. People outside my house.
What the hell? What are they doing there?
Neighbors, I'm sure, but they
I
sound
hope
like
it's not a crazy fan.
I know. I just doxed myself.
Yeah, Popsicle, I know you're in there.
Okay. All right. Just crazy world out there. Gotta be safe,
You know, guys.
Anyway, you're off tomorrow. I'm glad. That's good. Good for you.
I'm
Stoked. Super stoked.
We can wrap up here.
Yeah, sure.
We can hang out a little bit. I want to show you, maybe watch a little something with you after this.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to watching another episode of Neon Popsicle. If you guys didn't get enough Neon Popsicle and you wish to show in on more, be sure to follow us in the Discord. Because after every show, me and Steven do like to hang out in the Discord. We'll be chatting, watching videos. It's like a Neon bonus extension to the Popsicle show.
It is.
So join the Discord, follow us on Instagram, hit the like button, subscribe. For the love of God, if there's only one good deed, good thought, and good action words that you can do today, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And be sure to catch next episode of Neon Popsicle.
Popsicle.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Until next time.
At the end of every stream, because I don't have two monitors, you see me